have you here and to see that you are continuing on with this journey of personal growth and opening yourself up to all kinds of new possibilities that you've probably never even imagined for yourself. Again, my name is Sarah Layton. I have spent the better part of a decade in the freelance game, coaching, speaking, and now traveling on the road, working with clients in all kinds of capacities to help them to scale their companies without all the burnout. Today, we are going to be diving into module 3 and embracing change, the constant of life. This is something I know a lot about, particularly right now, as the hubs and I have been changing our whole entire universe around selling our 4-bedroom house and making the move to transition to full-time RV living so that we can chase our dreams. So today we've already done self-awareness. Let's fast forward through. Like I said, we are actually in chapter 3 today, embracing change. And your little workbook has a few quotes in it. But this is one of my favorites from them. Life as an ever shifting tapestry. Seasons change, tides shift, and stars realign, which means they must sometimes become unaligned first, right? And so I want to first kick off our session today by inviting you to get comfortable, relax, take a deep breath with me in and out. Let's do that again one more time. Let's breathe in and out. Relaxing into our bodies and coming into this space, letting everything from the earlier parts of the day melt away, not worrying about what's for later, just taking the time to draw our attention present and to fully be here with one another in this time so that we can make the most of it. This time is all about you, and it's all about helping you to experience the best parts of life, which you are so deserving of. And in order to do that, we have to consistently face or confront change, which inherently is not bad, although our nervous system doesn't like it, right? And that's part of change. Change is this ever evolving, right? Oh my gosh, what a pun. But change is just this thing that human beings have a very, very difficult time conceptualizing, grasping, coping with, and recognizing as something that can be very, very good for them, because we do like to be comfortable and we are hardwired to seek comfort and sustain comfort. So that is perfectly normal and there is no shame in that game. However, the reason you're here right now is because you actually have acknowledged, hey, I think that there could be more for me. There could be something better out there. And I think that I want to experience that. So you inherently are already accepting and admitting, yeah, I'm ready for some change. So I know that you're ready for this part and the dual nature of change. So let's talk about this dual nature, external versus internal. External change refers to events that occur, like moving to like city, which as you know, I just me when my husband came home one news, roles, or relationship, which can be particularly challenging. As for internal change, that refers to shifts within ourselves, such as evolving beliefs, growing interests, or changing habits. And that's what you're looking to cultivate right now. But what you will notice is that you can use one to manipulate the other. So when internal changes come about, we often start to see those reflected in our external world, and it triggers external changes. But there are other times when external changes, like say the ending of a relationship, can trigger the massive internal changes that lead to new doors being opened and new pathways being laid out before us to explore at our own whim. So let's now talk a little bit more about the benefits of embracing change, which I'm going to drill into you because there is nothing but change in this entrepreneurial, freelance, creative artists world, right? So it's very important that you start hardwiring yourself to recognize that there are many benefits to change and even more to embracing it. The first of which I believe is resilience. Adapting to change hones our ability to bounce back from challenges, making us more resilient in the face of future adversities. Another benefit, expanded horizons. Every change, be it pleasant or challenging, it introduces us to new experiences, perspectives, and lessons. And in my experience, usually new friends, which lead to even more of those things too. Self-discovery. Oh, I am in love with the self-discovery journey. And I found that often it's during times of change that we suddenly wake up and go, oh, snap. And we discover those facets of ourselves that we weren't previously aware of. And it could be hidden strengths or maybe latent or suppressed talents, maybe, or even passions from way back when in childhood that could come out now. I never imagined in my teen years or early 20s that I would have been able to build such a career for myself, which was launched from my writing. And I know now from my own journey that my inner child is just unbelievably beside herself with gratitude and excitement and pride for who I've become and where I'm going. Another benefit is navigating change gracefully, the way that I think we all as women want to show up all the time. Although, let's be honest, it's not really realistic 100% of the time. So what we can do to help ourselves to fine tune that grace muscle is to learn to expect the unexpected in a positive way, not in the whole, like, no matter what, everything I get is always going to fall apart. Not like that. What I'm really talking about is just saying, hey, life is unpredictable. And I recognize that it's possible for me to cultivate a mindset that is prepared for unforeseen changes, which will then make it easier for me to adapt on the fly when they occur. And this is particularly easy for me to say from where I sit because my archetype, my Jungian archetype, is the rebel maiden. And if you are one like me, then you are the most adaptable personality. So you are the one that can be dropped into the deep end of the pool and figure out how to swim, which is literally how I learned how to swim. And you're the one that can just be kind of thrown into the fire, thrown to the wolves. There's all those different phrases. You're the one that will make it out. Okay. So it makes it a lot easier for you. And whereas there are other archetypes that struggle with change a whole heck of a lot more. So please, whatever archetype you are, be patient and forgiving and loving with yourself as you learn to embrace change. Another benefit of which is that you can continue to lean into this more graceful side of yourself and show up with more grace in your relationships by turning to positivity and to seek the silver lining, knowing that there is something in this for you. And you might not be able to see it in this exact moment, but when you do find it, when you can find that clarity to see the silver lining, it will make that journey to get there all the more valuable to you as well. So just remember that even challenging transitions have a positive side. And maybe a job loss opens the door to a more fulfilling career, or maybe the end of a relationship paves the way for invaluable self-reflection that changes your whole life in the most spectacular ways. It's hard to say now what the silver lining can be, especially if you feel like you are in the deepest, darkest places of something like this. But just know that it is there, and you don't have to see it or feel like it is there right now in order for it to be there or for it to find you. It is coming. Additionally, with navigating change gracefully, I want to remind you that establishing anchors is a valuable tool. So while it's essential to remain open to change, like we're discussing, having certain consistent routines or practices can provide emotional stability, especially if you are someone like a rebel maiden who fears abandonment, who fears a lot of disruption, sometimes like that. Even though you might be skilled at surviving through it, doesn't mean you like it, right? So what I have done for myself with this is to incorporate regular journaling routines. I have routines for using specific planners for specific things, and that alleviates a huge amount of my anxiety or wasted time. And it helps me to just kind of see that I've got everything planned out, that I have an idea of where I'm going. And if it doesn't work out that way, that I know what to do. It provides me so much comfort. And just going through that routine has been huge for me. I also meditate, I exercise, I have a mantra that I repeat every morning outside with the puppy. And I take as many opportunities as I can ritualistically to sink back into my body through deep breath. And this year, actually, I've also started a new routine or ritual of writing every morning between 3 and 5 a.m. And that has been such a game changer in terms of helping me to cultivate even more self-confidence and to see that I am so much stronger at following through than I sometimes like to let myself believe. So anyway, just a few ideas, but I want to impress upon you that the routine or ritual, that's why those are two different things. And I love to lean into rituals because sometimes the routine thing of like having to have the exact same stuff every single day can get boring to me or monotonous, or like I can almost kind of start to resent it or dread it. So having different rituals that I can swap out in place gives me that variety that I crave, and it helps me to kind of stick to the routine of showing up for myself every day. So don't make it so rigid on yourself that it'll make you start to resent it. This is supposed to be a tool for you to recognize that you will be there for yourself every single day, no matter what. And then finally, I want to touch upon the role of acceptance before I let you go for today. Accepting change over resisting it leads to much smoother transitions and a lot less wasted time, energy, and attention that could be put forth forging this new beautiful path for you. And I don't want to say this in a way that makes you want to skip over grieving or acknowledging pain, because that is an important part of the process. But change isn't always an enemy. It is a guide towards growth and transformation and new experiences. So embracing change promises a tomorrow filled with enriched experiences, insights, and personal growth that I promise will leave you more fulfilled. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself with Module 3 today. I can't wait to see you in our next lesson when we talk all about setting goals and using that as the compass for your journey.